New York and on the new Hot 97 app. Ebro in the morning on Hot 97.
Ebro in the morning. The beautiful Laura Styles and Issa Rae is on the program. Insecure back. Third season.
I made it.
Before we do anything, you would like to chastise Rosenberg?
Yeah, I mean, we've been, talking on Twitter, trying to link up, and I'm here. I did my part, and he's not even here. He's in L.A. Like, what kind of shit is that?
Right.
That's what I want to know.
Right. He was bragging about, DMing you. We thought he was lying.
What was he DMing you about?
It's weird because I rarely check DMs, but he was just like, they'll come through. We want you on the show. Or he'll, hit me to an event, and I'm just never around. So I guess we just don't have a good history of crossing paths. Maybe we're not meant to meet.
Interesting. I thought he was maybe in your DMs for something else because, he's a married man. I didn't know if dudes was getting your DMs turning up around here.
My DMs are very boring. That's why I don't check them.
I don't believe it. I'm not buying it.
It's always people in the past asking for shit. And I'm just like, I don't even want to check because I know you're asking for something. So
But for what? Like, what are they asking you for?
They think I can put them on. And they think that I'm more, powerful than I am. It's like, listen to my music. Like, can I come through? Can I get a role? Can I get a shot? And it's just like, I'm like, I didn't do that. I didn't do that. I don't think I slid in anybody's DMs. Maybe I did. No, there weren't DMs like that when I was trying to come up. I definitely promoted the mess out of my stuff, but I don't know. There's just I can't do anything for you.
Have you ever slid in anybody's DMs to just kind of say hi?
Oh, this got crazy.
No, I got it.
Laura from downtown. This is early.
No, because one, I see people get caught up all the time. One, that's just not my style. Okay. I don't like to approach. But I might be like, can I get your email? And then I might forget to check the response. Or just hey, email me here. But no, everything's business. I'm not really sliding your DMs to try to holler.
You would never approach a man?
Approach a man?
Yeah. Okay, what about before Issa was famous?
No.
Not
I
your
think
style.
I have
With
put
the
myself
laugh,
in the
with the
vicinity of a person that I wanted to approach me, and that's
okay.
as far as I'll go. I've definitely been like, oh, you're here. Oh, what's up? And then you either take the bait or you don't. And if you don't take the bait, I'm like, well, I'm not going to push this further. I take hints very well.
Are you currently dating? Or just focused on Insecure Season 3?
So happy. I'm just happy and focused.
That means yes.
Yes.
It means I'm happy and focused.
I like it. I think that's a quality answer, too.
Thank you.
So Season 3, I think 2 closed with you guys, if I recall. You were at the diner. There was a couple doing their business in the diner while you got reacquainted with your...
You said that's how 2 closed?
Is that how 2 closed?
No, that's how you made it through halfway this season. I get it. No, it's fine.
How did it close? How did 2 close?
2 closed with Molly going back to her best friend who's in an open marriage.
Right. Yes, that's right. The tall guy.
The tall guy.
Yes.
And then Issa going back to her former fling high school friend Daniel.
Right.
To live on his couch.
That's right, on his couch. Which she's definitely not staying on the couch.
Why do you think that? You don't think that women do what they say they're gonna do?
I didn't say that. I just was
that's what
talking
you
about your
implied.
character on the show.
She said she was gonna stay on the couch.
She said she was going to do. There was a lot of things she said she was going to do that she didn't do.
I mean, that's what she said she's gonna do, and that's how we open up.
And the Lawrence Hive is coming for you, which
When are they not?
they actually. You told me they pay for some sponsorships.
I was dying
Lawrence.
when I saw you put a screenshot of the Facebook post. You're like, y'all really spent money on this sponsored post?
Incredible. It was a huge surprise. But they ride for Lawrence. I cannot be mad at the loyalty for Lawrence. I can be mad that people are put him in the season. We gonna do the season over again. It's done. There's nothing that can be done. And I'm like, it hasn't even started yet. Watch it. You might still mess with it.
I don't think they're tuning out. That's not.
Some people are like, I'm
nah, they
tuning
lying.
out.
People lie. People are lying. People said they was moving out of America when Trump got president. They ain't went nowhere.
That is very true. People also said they wasn't gonna buy Kanye's album, and it was still number one.
It still did very well. People said they wasn't gonna watch football.
Wow, it's doing great.
It's still on. Still doing very well. You are a beautiful woman, and I am.
Thank you.
I am. Every time I see you doing an interview on the cover of a magazine, you always take great care in representing for not only black women, but having real conversations about things that not only black women are going through, but black people are going through. How do you, looking at the magazine covers of, what is it, September? These are September magazines we just saw.
Yeah.
Where so many
Vogue.
magazines have black women on the cover. How does that feel because that's something that you've been having conversations about, talking about colorism, talking about natural hair, all of these conversations. And a lot of women have, but it seems like we've crossed the threshold right now.
I mean, it is beautiful. It's beautiful to see my peers, people I look up to, just thriving on covers. It feels like the industry currently is catching up to the impact that black women have. And obviously, they're capitalizing off of it. They're trying to sell
money,
magazines.
for sure.
It's definitely about money. And to them, it may seem like a moment, but I know for a fact, to the people covering these magazines, to the women behind the scenes who support other women, like, this is not like a flash in the pan moment. We're strong arming this time so that it's not like, oh, just September, it's over, and that's what makes me excited. Like, people are recognizing, and they're smart enough to put black women on their covers, but.
Well, and it's also, too, I think to some degree, respecting the dollar and respecting the fact that black women and black people and women of color and minorities understand their economic impact. And that's kind of how I see it as well.
Yeah, I mean, which still comes down to the dollar. Like, oh, black people want to see themselves on magazines? Well, duh, I guess we want to sell magazines. We're dying. Let's put them on the cover. And that sounds, at its root, kind of ruthless, but at the same time, it's empowering because so many young girls, so many other women are seeing beautiful black women on covers and feeling like they're going to have an opportunity to make an impact as well. And they will. And that's what I'm hype about.
And then on the other side, you had LeBron James. What did he tweet? Did you see this? He's being called racist, LeBron James.
Well, he posted a collage of all the beautiful women that made, like, they were on the cover, like Tracee Ellis Ross, Zendaya. I think you were part of it, and he was just celebrating black women.
Black Girl Magic Vibes on the cover of multiple magazines. He said, quote, "Nothing in this world is more powerful than colored women." And it appears that white women were offended and called him racist in his comments.
I mean, people are just always threatened by black pride, and it's just like, what are you afraid of? You should ask yourself that, because I think that's at the root of so much concern. Like, why are you so offended that he's celebrating women of color? Why are you so offended that he's celebrating black women? Like, why is that at an expense to...
Right.
That's not racist. It's uplifting. And I don't know. I could go on and about it, but it's so tired.
Is it exhausting
Nobody should...
at this point?
It's not exhausting to me because I don't pay it any attention. Like, I'm still going to keep pushing for... I'm still going to promote. I'm still going to have pride and do what I do and continue to promote those that I feel deserve to be promoted. So it's just... I mean, it's just irrelevant. It's more sad than anything. Like, wow, keep it pushing.
I'm sure you've gotten that before, too, though. I think, remember,
all the
what
time.
red carpet when you're like, I'm rooting for everybody black?
That was last year. I was
Yeah.
at the Emmys, and it was just like...
Foolishness.
Did I say I want all white people to fail?
Right.
Did I say... No, I just said what I was feeling, and it's true when I see these award shows, because we're always losing. We never get acknowledged, and to see so many, dope, talented people get nominated, it was exciting.
Of course.
And that's what I do, because we have such small chances of winning, because we rarely get acknowledged. It was just a point of just like, everybody who's here, I want them to win. And
I think the frustrating thing for me is, people always only obviously look at the moment. They don't look at history. Mm-hmm. And, that's where I get frustrated, where people just want to act like black people have always been celebrated. Or black people have always been acknowledged, right? And don't want to give any sort of credence or empathize with how it must have felt to see your music get erased, your cultural contributions get erased. And so now we're at a time where black people can actually control their voice, as you talked about, other women, black women behind the scenes saying, no, this isn't just a flash in the pan. We're actually going to control this moment and make sure that not only do we start to see ourselves more frequently, right, but we control the narrative and the conversation, which is something that a lot of groups have done in this country.
Without any cause of concern. Like, there's a threat, a visible threat for us to unite and control our own narrative. Because there's always been, and to speak of history, there's always been a concerted effort to make sure that we don't have control. And even where poor whites, like the biggest fear during the times of slavery was to have poor white people and slaves unite. Like that was a legitimate fear because they knew that those interests could overtake a nation, could overtake the elite. And so there were concentrated efforts to make sure that we did not collaborate. And so there is a, like, even in this time currently, there is a benefit for us not to get along so that, you know, the elite can thrive and we can be torn apart. And so I think that that's just the way it is, and people need to acknowledge that, and denying it does us no service. But it's a plot for the rich to stay rich, and that's the country that we live in.
On your,
I feel like a conspiracy theorist, and it's not a conspiracy.
No, not on this program. We do this a lot. And we have music. I mean, we can add some music to it. We play, like, when I go off on my tangents, we play like X-Files music where, you know, to kind of make it funny for people to digest it. But it's a real conversation that I think people are having, and people are attempting to wake up. But as you can see, like with the way people are coming after LeBron James for his comment, it's a very uncomfortable place.
But shout out to him for just even doing, like,
for sure,
using his platform. Just, he could shut up and be fine. You know, he's rich.
Yeah.
He could be praised and, you know, continue to be funded. But he's really using his platform to tell these stories and to remind people of where we are. And that's just so admirable. And
then he went full Malcolm X the other day when he opened up the school. He just didn't have the bow tie on. He had it buttoned up with the glasses and the beard up there, opening up the school. It was tightening up around that. I loved it. I loved every minute of that. On content creation right now, you see so many different, LeBron James, speaking of, tons of programs he's rolling out. You're working on other programs outside of Insecure. With the amount of, you know, streaming services, cable channels, the success at the box office of Black content creators and films, for people out there watching this that want to get into content creation, I know you worked your way, YouTubed and got your way all the way up, created your thing from the bottom. And I've heard you talk about it in interviews, but just to reiterate, you created a community around yourself of people and started working on something and writing, and that's how you got to Insecure.
Yeah, I mean, it was for sure, like, that was working with the people around me. I think when you do something on your own first and you show that you're serious, then people will come. And those people started off as just friends. My friends know me, and they know that when I say that I'm going to do something, at least professionally, that I do it. And so it was about doing that, and then when I needed help, like, hey, girl, I need someone to do the lighting. I need you to be in this. I need extra bodies. Okay, I'm there. Come through. And, like, using that network of people just that I met and them lending, like, apartments and locations when I needed it, things like that, really helped me to create the product so that other strangers or even their network of people would come and be like, yo, your sound sucks on this episode. My homie's trying to go into sound. Can he ride? And yes, absolutely. He's going to work for free? Yeah, he just needs the experience. And literally from that's really helped to build just where I am today. And so much so that, like, people who I've started with since then, all of my friends have appeared in Insecure in some way, whether behind the scenes or in front of the scenes. It's just, like, I love to grow with people, and it's rewarding. Like, you know, we're just all winning at the end of the day. And I would do the same for them.
I really loved your CoverGirl ad, the commercial.
Oh, yeah.
Were those really all your close friends?
Those were my girls, yes. That was the most exciting thing to do because we were in the middle of shooting Insecure, which means we were, like, you know, there's 15-hour days.
Yeah.
And shooting on a weekend, I love CoverGirl, but that just did not appeal to me because that's all we were doing. And so the concept came out and they were like, do you just want to do this with your real friends? And I was like, yes. And it really just felt like, you know, to be able to text them and be like, y'all want to get paid to be in this CoverGirl commercial and just act a fool. And it was that. It was so much fun.
Insecure Fest.
Woo!
Talk to me about where the idea came from. I tried to follow it all. It was so much social media happening.
And by the way, one of our baby girls, Gia Peppers.
That's our girl.
Oh, she's awesome. She did a great job hosting. It was, you know, honestly, HBO's multicultural marketing department, like, It's helmed by women of color, and they are so on point. They just really get the show. And every year, in terms of putting the show out there, it's just gotten better and better. The first year, we just had an amazing premiere in South LA, like down the street from my house. And then the second year, they did a block party in Inglewood where we closed down Market Street to have a festival. I mean, to have a music concert, but just party. And about 1,500 to 2,000 people came throughout the day. And this year, they were like, let's rent out the new soccer stadium in LA and do a real legitimate music festival. And at first, I was like, what? Like, it was by USC, you know, it was downtown. And it felt big, but just seeing it, being there and seeing all these beautiful Black people just dancing to music, playing games, it was just like, y'all really went hard for this show.
Yeah.
They didn't do that for Game of Thrones, they should. But like, that was incredible. And it was just, you know, women of color making it happen to promote a show centered around Black women.
Now, is Insecure Fest coming back next year? Is this going to be a thing now?
I would love it to.
You got to bless us in New York.
We did
Come
our first,
on.
that's what we did. We did our first block party in New York the first year. And that was incredible too. We brought Inglewood to New York. So they've been holding it down. But yes, you're right. I would love to I'm actually doing a secret screening tonight of the premiere. So clues are going to come on my Twitter hour by hour.
Oh, nice. You mentioned the block party down the street from your house. Does it ever get weird for you that you named your character Issa and it's your real name?
I hate that. I hate it. I made a mistake.
Oh, wait, we have something for that.
What?
Because I could imagine you trying to like separate yourself from the character, and because you know whenever we have actors like from hit shows, we always ask them, like crazy fans run up to them and try to like, you know, whatever's happening on the show, they wall out, asking why. But
even like seeing on Twitter, someone tweeted me like, "Oh, I was gonna name my daughter Issa, but your character dumb as fuck, so no." And I was like, "Did I ruin the name?"
what?
Nah, my daughter's
I
name
know.
Issa.
Yeah,
Nah.
I know.
And
But
your
you did
show
it
wasn't even
before.
out yet.
You did it before, but knowing what you know now, would you
I mean,
still do
I
that?
second guess it.
Shut up.
But I just would like to document here that Issa Rae just gave herself a.
Congratulations, you
gotta play
played
the role,
yourself.
son?
This is
Oh, I
already
think
a
you
fail.
need one of those too.
You ruined the whole moment, Shawnee. Shawnee, you been fucking up.
Oh my god.
Damn,
I was gonna name my child. What's your name?
Shawnee.
Shawnee.
Nah, messed it up. Speaking of my daughter Issa, though, you talk a lot about natural hair, and right now I have a 4-year-old who literally doesn't like her hair. Oh, we're already dealing with that, right? Because the character's on TV, while Moana's brown, and it looks great. Moana's got long, flowy hair, right? Elsa, long, flowy hair, right? As a young girl, and you know, me and her mom, you know, obviously we're celebrating her hair, the multiple hairstyles, the books with characters that have her hair, the dolls, the whole thing. But it doesn't stop because when she goes to school, the other girls are celebrating the Elsas and the et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah, it sucks because there's like almost nothing you can do about it as a parent. Because I remember my mom being like, you know, the same thing. Like, love your hair, embrace it. Like that's
And we
the hair
have
that goes
fun
on the
with
hair.
it, we do stuff with it, and
It's school. It's the friends. It's the images. It's the company you keep. Like that's it. That's what informs like your opinion about yourself. And parents can do a phenomenal job of trying to instill self-esteem. But once you get out into the world and the world tells you you're ugly and your shit is not good enough and it's nappy, like that gets to you. And I definitely went through that until, you know, I was in college and then was around other girls that appreciated their hair. And then I was experimenting. And then I met someone like Felicia, who is an amazing natural hairstylist and is just like, you know, teaches you how to take care of it and love it. And it really didn't happen until my adulthood. But if her friend, I do feel like now there is, you know, in the
There's
same way
more.
that there was more in the same way that the 70s, you know, really embraced natural hair. I feel like that there's a movement in that sense. But your daughter has to find the friends that also embrace it.
yeah, no, she's definitely got
She's
some
mad young.
young girlfriends that have hair like hers. You know what I mean? But it's still, they're not sitting down having conversation. They're 4 years old.
But
So there's not
exactly.
that like, you know, girl, you know what I'm going, you know what I mean? It's not that yet. It's not that, obviously, because she's
And
not
I think
there,
that's
but-
also in Black women controlling the narrative. Like I see so many more television shows where we're reclaiming our images, and you are seeing just beautiful natural hair of all lengths, you know, being displayed as the norm and the beauty standard. And I think that that's so important.
Was there something that your mom did that you remember that she instilled in you young that really, like, because Shawnee, you said your daughter had locks her whole life. Yeah. And in her teenage years, she cut her locks off.
Yeah, my daughter dreaded her hair from the time she was born. But as soon as she got to junior high school, she wanted to cut her hair. She cut it off because she felt like, it just didn't look like the other girls in the school. And she wanted to blend in, and she wanted to feel like she could relate to them. But it wasn't until, like you said, the friends, when they saw pictures of her young and they saw how long her locks were, they were like, oh my gosh, it looks so beautiful. And then that narrative then became like, I want my locks back.
Yeah.
And then she turned 16 and called me up and said, I'm going to grow my locks back.
Oh, I love that. Yes, friends. Yes, good friends.
Yeah, but it is your friends.
Yeah.
Your friends.
And I think, my mom did all this she could, bless her heart. But I was also like, Mom, we don't even have the same hair texture. I get my hair texture from Dad. My mom's from Louisiana. She's light-skinned. My dad is from Senegal. And I was always just like, Mom, your hair is different. You don't get it. And she, bless her heart, she has all dark-ass children and has always, taught us that we're beautiful. But there's just something about hearing it from your parents, from your mom. But when your friends, who you get a lot of your personality from, who you get a lot of your sense of humor, who you get your standards of beauty from, and in some cases, when they approve, then it's just like, okay, yeah, we're rocking together.
So it still comes down to the circle that you keep.
I think so, yeah.
On this season of Insecure coming for the third season, are we going to see you, I got to say, knowing you, I was not prepared for the first time I saw you have sex on the program. As somebody, like, it was a big deal for me.
You met me after you saw the first season, right?
I think shortly after. But I didn't watch the show until after I met you.
Okay. It's weird for friends and family, too. It's weird for me. I mean, but now I'm used to it. It's like...
Used to having sex on camera.
Am I used to having sex on camera? I'm not really having sex.
Well, true, but...
But I'm used to, like, now sex scenes. Before I used to be like, close the set. No, but now I'm still like that. There's still like, it's still embarrassing.
For sure.
But, I've gotten to know a lot of the actors. So now it's just, and we're all goofy, and it's cool. We make it fun.
Did you have to prep family when you?
Yeah, do you give your mom a heads up?
I prepped family for the first season for sure. My brothers were like, nah. Like, I think my brother, my second oldest brother has still not watched a couple. But my mom it's rough. She got through the whole first season. The second season, when she saw episode 4, and that was the Lawrence threesome episode.
Yeah.
She texted me and was like, you're basically making porn. Is HBO making you do this? Because you don't have to do this. I don't understand. Like, I've had parental controls growing up. She was like, I couldn't watch PG-13 movies till I was 13. I couldn't watch rated R movies till I was 17. She was like, what was the point of me doing parental controls if you were going to go out and make porn for HBO? And she was legit mad. And I was like, well, if you don't like episode 4, you definitely shouldn't watch episode 6, because that was my facial. And I knew that. And so she was like, don't worry, I'm not going to watch. And I thought she was just, saying that because parents. Yeah. And then she really was like, no, I'm not going to watch the show. So I hit on my other siblings. I screenshot the text like, Mom's stripper, what's going on? And they're like, calm down. She's like, she's spiritual, she's religious, and, all of that. She'll come around. But then we watched like the penultimate episode at my mom's house, and my siblings came through. And she went upstairs. She was like, y'all got this.
I can't do it.
I can't. And I was like really hurt. Like, dang, like, I got here because you was out here.
Right.
Okay?
Right.
She's not ready. She's not ready. She's not ready.
But then just last month, she texted me like, hey, so I got over it and I ended up binging. And it's great. I could handle it. And good job. And, she was asking questions about just the season in the future. So we reeled her back in. But I was like, dang, it really hurt that she wasn't about to watch this show.
Welcome back, Mom.
Welcome back. Now she's
But no more, so more sex this season.
I mean, you gotta watch. People have sex. Like, and that's another thing about, like, I hadn't seen, so much
Don't
of
get
black
frustrated
sex.
with me. Why you get frustrated?
So much, since the 90s, so much of black sex on television, not since the 90s. 90s, like, really made black love beautiful. Mm-hmm. And then after a point, it was like either a joke on screen or it was hypersexualized or misogynistic. and you don't really get to see like just Black people loving each other and loving on each other, and that's what I love that we get to do with this show. Just regular Black people fucking like we do, and it's no issue. And you know, there's revenge stuff. There's definitely revenge sex on the show, but a lot of it is just like, you know, how we do. And
People have
realistic.
sex. You know, humans have sex.
Humans have sex. Black people have sex, and it's not, you know, malicious all the time. It's not hypersexualized. It's not like, you know, it's not crazy. You know, there's just regular Black
But
people
I think
loving.
when it comes, the reason I bring it up for you is because we've watched you
Be awkward and Black.
become this person you are today, right? And so, you know, like I said, when you know somebody and you see them have sex on film, it was like, yo, Shawnee Culture still hasn't forgiven Lala for Power.
Facts.
Shawnee Culture's like, yo, why she do that?
She cheated
Why
on
she do
Mello.
that? She cheated on Carmelo on TV
man.
first.
I'm standing
We was like,
behind
yo,
that.
bro,
The
we
most.
suspended him. He got suspended. We was like, yo, what are you talking about?
I can't.
It's real.
But I'm just
Playing
saying,
that
some people can't deal, is my point.
Yeah, some people can't deal. Don't watch it. Or fast forward those parts. Or
That's
watch
it.
the censored
Simple.
version when it airs on TBS.
Right. I saw Michelle and Barack are fans of Insecure.
Yes, they
That
are.
is so dope. So did you have a conversation with them about this? or-
Yeah, the first time was with my mom when we went to go visit the White House, and Barack complimented the soundtrack
Okay.
and complimented me and Yvonne on being creative Black women. He was just like, I love to see Black women being creative. And my mom was there. She missed the whole thing because she was too busy. Like, she had gotten a hug, so she was basking in the glow of that hug. And so when he came to me, she was like, what happened? I missed it. And then the second time, I went to go see Michelle Obama speak at Inbound in Boston. And I was there with Tiffany Haddish, so we stood in line to go, like, take a picture with her and meet her afterwards. And she, when I got up there, she was like, you know, I'm mad at you. She was talking about the finale, and she was like, I'm so mad at the finale. You fooled us. You know, just going in on it in a positive way, and talked about how she loved the show and how Sasha and Malia put her on. And I was like, Sasha watching it? Can she watch that? I don't want to be responsible for...
Her seeing black sex on television.
Wow, you made that sound really pejorative. But
That was the sound in your head. That was what you were saying in your head at the time.
I just didn't want her to see certain scenes. But
You were like, you ain't got no
Michelle-
parental control.
I know. But she was like, look, Sasha's all that. She knows, you know, what's
That's
up.
funny.
So I was like, you get it. Sasha does seem like she's
she
on
knows.
point. Malia got to get rid of them other friends because they are not for her.
Uh-oh.
They like are constantly filming her. Like,
Oh,
let
yeah,
her be.
They're putting her on Snapchat when
Don't
she's,
do
you know.
that. Like, who are you? That's
Partying.
like having not good friends. So those are the friends you got to
True.
throw to the side because they're not about you. Malia, if you want to be friends with a 33-year-old woman, I'm here.
He says here for you.
And she won't film you.
I won't film you.
Unless it's for a CoverGirl commercial.
Yes.
And
you
then
can-
it'll be
you can
playing
ride.
and y'all get bread together. Issa Rae, we love you so much. Thank you for coming by
Thank
the program.
you.
Y'all give it up one time.
Thank you
Issa
for
Rae,
having me,
Insecure
guys.
Season 3. And follow her on Twitter if you're not already because she's going to be giving out clues.
Oh yeah, for the secret screening tonight.
It's going down. Do I get a pass? Or like, do I
Yeah,
gotta-
If y'all really want to
do-
come, you can come.
Do I got to like,
Y'all working.
I mean, I get up at 5. What
So-
time is this thing happening?
Doors open at 7:30.
But that actually means it won't start till like 9 when y'all get all the people in there.
Don't play us. No, we have a time limit. We only have the venue for a certain amount of time.
Okay, good. We're any, bro.
Yeah, y'all got it. If you want to come, you're there.
Okay. Issa Rae, give it up one time. Insecure.
Thank you. I'm clapping for myself. She did it. Thank you.